Okay, we're looking at slightly tougher simultaneous equations here, whereas before we got one pair of answers, one for x, one for y, or one for a, one for b, whichever. Because we've got x squareds here, we're going to get two pairs of answers, alright? We're going to have quadratics to solve. Okay, now you'll notice with the first one that sorry, I ought to add as well, we do this by substitution this time. So we're going to swap one equation into the other to get rid of one of the letters ultimately. Now you might notice that both of these equations are equal to y, so we can make both the x bits equal to each other. Alright, now once we've done that, we can simplify everything. So I need to take 1x from both sides. I need to add 1 to both sides to make it equal to 0. We then factorise, so that's going to be minus 4, and that's going to be plus 1. Right, and there are my two values for x. So from this first bracket, I'll get x equals 4. In the second bracket, I'll get x equals minus 1. I then swap my values for x into here. So I get y, oops, sorry, that's my OCD. Again, I've got to do it in the same colour. Y is 4 minus 1 there. When x is 4, y is 3. When x is minus 1, y is minus 2. Okay, now those values will also work in here, alright, but they're just a bit more horrible to put in. Okay, so whichever one, it makes no difference. On the next one, what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to actually be swapping the first equation into the second, but I need to do something first. I'll make it y equals x plus 2, alright, and then swap it in, so this bit is equal to y, so I'm going to swap it in for there. So we get x squared, that's a terrible x, I'm really bad at my x's on this anyway, x squared plus x plus 2 all squared equals 10. So all I've done is swap the y in the original for the x plus 2. I then multiply out and simplify. It's x squared plus 4x plus 4 equals 10. Simplify, you get 2x squared plus 4x minus 6, because we're going to take away 10 from both sides. Now you'll notice that all of those divide by 2, so to make it a little bit easier on myself, I mean if you miss this bit it doesn't really matter because you'll end up with the same answers, but you should get that. So I've divided everything by 2 and then I can factorise. Now if it won't factorise, you might have to use the quadratic formula or complete the square, or whichever one you're more comfortable with. The clue will be in the question. It'll say give your answers to 3 significant figures or something like that. So here we go. So we've got x and equals 0. Now, two numbers multiply to make minus 3 add to make, so it's plus 3 and minus 1. So when x in the first bracket I get minus 3, and for them in the second bracket I get 1. So, okay, we've got y equals so when x is minus 3, so y equals x plus 2, so that should be minus 1. When x is 1, x is 3. So I'm putting it into here, this one, right, because it's the easiest one to use. So I've got two pairs of answers. Right, that'd be a 4 or 5 mark question. Right, make sure you give both pairs of answers and do it a stage at a time. Even me, with all my years of experience, reminding myself how old I am, I do it a stage at a time. I don't try and jump too many stages. Right, I do one thing at a time so that if I do make a mistake, I can spot it easily and correct it.